Well, guess I lost.
He was a close friend of my dad's.
I'm curious, why didn't you take the dragon?
Oh, I had a feeling if I took the dragon, you'd checkmate me. Besides, it looked like I could checkmate you.
And here I thought you would go for the dragon. You don't play like a child. You came to checkmate me.
Even though he was my dad's friend, every time he came over, I got nervous, eagerly awaiting his arrival.
Coda! Sorry for being late. There was an emergency.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry I kept you two waiting.
Don't worry about it. I was just playing some shogi with Ray.
Oh? So how'd it go?
He beat me good.
He did, huh?
Apparently, Coda and my dad were both long-standing members of the association.
You know, Ray made a pretty interesting move earlier. It reminded me a bit of the kind of move that you used to make. It looks like he's done some studying.
Right?
I wasn't very good at shogi back then, but it was a rare opportunity to spend time with my busy dad. So I always did my very best.
But sometimes, I wish he'd go out and play with kids his age. I guess we're both the same in that way. Right, Ray?
I was constantly being bullied at school, and even in the neighborhood. It was really hard trying to make friends. I could never relate to the conversations my classmates were having in school. I just couldn't keep up with them. It was like they were speaking a foreign language. And yet, his words from the other side of the shogi board left a profound and lasting impression on me. Even though he was an adult, he always treated me with respect. I understood that. He was different. The only man, other than my dad, who did that.
I think we're supposed to go up there. Cool. Yeah.
Huh? You want me to pick up Momo from daycare?
If you could, that'd be great. It's my aunt. Yeah, you remember her, right? She's the owner of the club I work at. She missed a step while going downstairs and hurt her foot. We're at the hospital. Hina's at her club at school and I can't reach her. And Grandpa is busy at the shop. If you don't mind, I could really use the help. Momo, it's time to go home. Okay. Oh, it's Ray. Hi.
Hey, Momo.
Here we go.
She's having fun.
La 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 la.
Hey, Momo. What's that song you're singing?
It's a kitty song called the cat song. Do you know it?
No, I don't. I've never heard of it. Hey, wait! I'll get it!
Don't let my head get away!
Man, that was a close one. A few seconds more, it would have fallen in the river.
I want to play with a cute little girl!
Stop it, Cheryl!
Momo! Momo!
I want to play with the cute little girl! Come on!
Are you okay? How's your head? Did you bump it?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I didn't mean to make her cry.
Look, Momo, we're home. Let's take care of those scratches. There. Okay, Momo. Do you know where the first aid kit is?
Yeah.
Alright, let me see. Oh, looks like a little sand got in your wounds. Okay, now rinse your hand off.
Water's too hot.
Sorry, just a little longer. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Okay, disinfectant and bandages.
What's wrong?
I'm really sorry about what happened today.
It's not your fault. It's okay. Children have accidents all the time. It's normal. Don't worry, she's fine now. Mama's scratches don't hurt now.
It's so bright. Hey, I'm thirsty. Can you give me some milk or something else, Yummy?
Ray barely touched any of his food at dinner. Guess he really felt bad about Momo getting hurt. I bet you really freaked him out with all of your crying.
Momo didn't cry at all.
Girl, I haven't had any dinner yet.
That is a lie. Ray cried. He was crying really hard. There were big fat tears all over his face, and he was sad.
Huh? Really? But what would make Ray cry? It's probably something he remembered. A painful memory from the past. I'm sure he misses her. His own little sister.
One day, my average life as I knew it ended, as if it had been torn away from me. When I returned from a school trip, my whole family was suddenly taken from me. My mom, dad, and little sister. They were cold, lifeless corpses, frozen in time.
They said the truck driver was drunk at the time.
Apparently, the three of them were killed instantly.
Oh, I wonder what will happen to their son. Kiwako will probably take him in, right?
There's no way she would agree to taking care of her nephew.
His grandfather's too old to be of any help.
You damn fool! What is going to happen to the hospital now? You finally quit Shogi and took over after my retirement. I thought everything would turn out okay for us.
There's no need to worry. It's all right. You've got me. I'll handle it.
This is exactly what I've been telling you all along. All you thought of was my brother. What a pitiful child. Don't worry, Ray. I'll make sure you're cared for in a good orphanage.
I wasn't sure what she meant. I didn't exactly know what an orphanage was. But, until then, no matter how tough school was, I could always return to my room and relax in the warmth of my solitude. But if I had to live in an orphanage, all of that would change. I would lose the privacy I longed to escape to. Soon, I realized the truth. Out of every single day and night of the year, I'd never have a moment of relief. And then, that's when he stepped forward. Many of my relatives had come to the funeral to pay their respects. But out of everyone who was there that day, he was the only one. I felt so relieved, I wanted to cry.
Like I said, my husband will take care of the hospital, so mind your own business.
Kiwako has such a terrible attitude.
Of course, she's always been that way.
Shh, don't speak ill in front of the deceased.
I can't help it.
Tell me, Ray, do you want to play more shogi?
In that moment, my life was forever changed. I became bound, eternally bound to the Shogi God.
Yes.
It was a lie. It was the first time in my life I lied to live. After that, there was no going back. My fate was sealed, the ropes were cut, and the curtain dropped. I became the child of a shogi family. It's coming undone. This is no good. Pulling on it makes it worse. What do I do now? I'm not even sure. Maybe this one. I wonder. Awaiting my arrival in that house of shogi were the true children of the family, who also aspire to be professional shogi players.
You think you're so special? You're just a loser!
Their daughter Kyoko was 4 years older than me, and their son Ayumu was also my age and in the same grade.
Please, honey. Don't you think she's been out there long enough?
Not at all.
But Kyoko's just a little girl!
This doesn't have anything to do with shogi. How dare she strike an opponent?
But dear...
The father was very strict with Kyoko. I think he was harder on her because she was so strong. She was like an untamed storm in every way, wild and unpredictable. Her shogi, her disposition, and her beauty as well.
What do you want? Do you have something to say to me, you little punk?
Knock it off, Kyoko!
Father?
Uh-huh.
Would you like some more?
Yes, please.
What did you just say to him? What do you mean, father?
I mean, I'm sorry.
What's wrong? I told him it was okay to call me that.
But why? He's just an apprentice. You didn't adopt him, so why would he call you father?
I wouldn't be comfortable with him calling me master. Just think of me as being his shogi father. How's that? By the way, I spoke to Mr. Inoue from the training hall, Ray. He told me you beat Mr. Hashimoto, the famous amateur. That's fantastic.
Father loved shogi more than anything. For better or worse, Everything was centered around Shogi for him. Therefore, those who loved him had no choice but to get good at the game. It was the only way to get his attention. Unfortunately, Ayumu was the first of us to break down.
Ayumu has seemed a bit depressed lately. His grades have been dropping too. Could there be some sort of problem at home?
Maybe. The apprentice we've taken in has been outperforming him at Shogi, and it's been hard on him.
I've decided to quit playing Shogi.
Impossible. He needs to play without someone persuading him, or it's pointless.
Yeah, but...
If he can't convince himself to continue playing and develop on his own, then it's useless. Becoming a professional isn't the end. It's just the start of the journey, and the path only gets harder from there. The further you go, the steeper it gets, and you become more and more alone. Only someone who knows how to take care of themselves will continue to progress. If he wants to give up, then he wasn't meant for this.
Why do I have to quit the association too?
If you can't beat Ray, there's no point in continuing. You wouldn't have a chance. First Den players are even stronger. You know I'm right, don't you, Kyoko?
So in the end, only his apprentice was able to make it, huh?
Hey, isn't that Kiriyama's son? So he ended up raising his rival's kid who went on to outplay his own children.
What a twist of fate.
After that, Kyoko spent a lot of time running around town, and Ayumu shut himself in his room with video games. The three of us stopped spending time together. It was more than I could take, so I escaped by becoming absorbed into the game. Then, by the end of my second year in middle school, I was one step away from going pro. I had reached the 3rd Den League.
This species of bird does not raise its young, but instead engages in what's called brood parasitism. The cuckoo lays its eggs in the nests of other birds, like shrikes or meadow buntings. Then before they've hatched, the cuckoo chick tosses the original eggs out of the nest before their true parents return from hunting. Then takes over the nest. When the unsuspecting parents return, they work tirelessly to feed and raise the chicks, not knowing they're of the bird that murdered their offspring.
Just like me.
Eventually, the cuckoo chick fills the nest and outgrows its surrogate parents. Even so, the parent continues feeding and nurturing the chick.
That bird is me.
I see. So you've decided that you're not going to go to high school?
Yes.
You sure that's what you really want?
I think the reason why most students stay in school is to determine their future. But I already know what I want to pursue in life, sir. If I continue at this rate, this year, or maybe next year, I'll surpass the 3rd Den League and become a pro. I only want to spend my time on Shogi. Once I finally turn professional, I'll do my best to improve my performance. I want to leave that house. I plan to win my tournaments, and support myself with my winnings. I have to leave as soon as I can. That way, I can be more independent. Before I destroy the rest of their family, and drive their father further away. Finished. The stitching looks a little rough, I guess. But it'll work. At least it won't come undone now. Good. I can still wear it.
You okay, Ray? Are you cold?
I'm like the cuckoo bird.
I know. How about you put this on for now? It's mine, hope you don't mind.
Standing over lives that were cast aside.
It's a little big on you, huh?
No, I think it's fine. It's warm. I really like wearing your sweater.
The voices are asking me to sing for spring. Thank you, Father. I think that if I really were a bird, then maybe I wouldn't be haunted by this relentless pain.